Hello, hello. Please come in. I won't bite. Please have a seat there. So, what brings you in here today? In your own words, please explain your symptoms to me. Okay. So, you're saying that you've had an improbably high number of encounters with yanderes? Well, what makes you so certain they were yanderes? Please provide specific examples. I see. So, you said you had your home broken into several times? How many times in specific? 13 times? Oh, you poor thing. If you don't mind me asking, do you live in a bad area? Not particularly. Well, that's good. And you're sure they weren't normal break-ins? Like people trying to steal a TV or something? What was taken from you, if anything? Go on. Okay. So after the break-ins, you noticed articles of clothing had gone missing, especially dirty ones, as well as used toothbrushes and even combs? There's more? They left you items sometimes as well? Oh, especially love letters or chocolate? And if you didn't eat the chocolate, they would leave you gradually more aggressive letters? Oh dear, that's so horrible. Did you inform the police? They said they don't mess with yanderes. That's outrageous. The police should be protecting you from yanderes. Did you take any precautions to secure your home after any of these break-ins? Nothing that worked. Oh, that's so unfortunate. So, were there any other specific events pertaining to yanderes that you can tell me about? What? You were kidnapped? But how did they kidnap you? Really? Someone was offering rock CDs out of the back of a white van and you just followed them in. Are you... You know what? Never mind. Keep it professional, Lexi. You just have to last a little longer. Okay, so you were kidnapped. But then, how did you get here? How did you escape? I thought the police wouldn't touch yanderes with a 10-foot pole. Don't tell me you're actually a vigilante or superhero or something. So... Let me get this straight. While you were kidnapped, another yandere tried kidnapping you from that yandere, and while they were fighting for you, you escaped? That's far from the most ridiculous thing I've heard so far today. So, yeah, I believe you. I don't know how else you would still be around in front of me. No, has anyone in your family ever had a history with yanderes? Oh, your mother was a yandere. My condolences. Well, I'm sure she's a great woman. Never mind. Sorry. Your father still can't leave the house? Oh no, that's so tragic. That poor man. Well, on the bright side, I think we can safely say what you have. What you have is called yandere attraction syndrome. Basically, you attract yanderes like bees to honey. And you can even evoke yandere-like sentiments in what would have otherwise been normal people. Certain genetic factors can greatly increase one's risk of contracting the disease. Judging by what you've told me, I'd say that your father has it as well, and he passed on to you the genes that put you at risk. Now, the bad news is currently there's no cure. But the good news is that there is treatment we can take to mitigate the symptoms. But the worst news is that it seems as though you have the second most severe form of the disease, type 7. For reference, the weakest form, type 1, might only result in being stalked. Type 2 might only result in getting you watched while you sleep. Type 8, the worst type, has, in extreme cases, been the cause of some civil wars. And as for your type, type 7, well, how do I say this? Yeah, a lot of people are going to suffer. Heck, a lot of people already probably have. Oh, don't worry. It's not like you made them suffer. Directly, anyway. I mean, it's not your fault. Oh, don't cry. Here, would you like a lollipop? I usually save it for the little ones, but you look like you could use any pick-me-up you could get. It's sugar-free. Now, how is your social life? Why am I asking? Well, I'm going to be honest. Type 7 Yandere attraction syndrome is highly contagious. Since you already know about the symptoms, I'm sure you can figure out why that is so dangerous. In fact, fun fact, in some countries, those who suffer the disease are kidnapped on sight. But don't worry, we live in a civilized society. You'll just have to be under strict quarantine for the rest of your life. Oh, don't cry. It's not so bad. Other than the crippling isolation and the horrible food and lack of funding at containment facilities and abuse by facility. Okay, yeah, it's pretty bad. I think you need another lollipop. Heck, just take them all. It's probably the last decent treat you'll have. Unless you'd like me to get you out of it. Save you from what essentially amounts to solitary confinement for the crime of having bad luck. Don't tell anyone you have the disease. Just pretend you came in for a fever or something. Or a bruise you thought was actually a horrifying skin condition, and just go home. After work, I can come pick you up. Then I'll take you to my house. I have a nice basement. It's got a mini fridge, air hockey, and gaming PC. It's not moldy at all. You'll always be safe if you stay there. And you can have proper treatment. You'll always have me to talk to. I can get any food you want, not that dog food they serve at the asylum. I mean, containment facility or whatever. I won't even keep you in ropes. Just a chain around one of your legs, long enough to move around the basement, but not leave it. It'll be like your own little paradise. And mine as well. Huh? Of course I'm a yandere for you. Who do you think wrote those letters? I write like I talk. I thought you'd notice the connection. Jeez, you should really pay attention to me. Well, you'll have lots of time for that when you're mine. So, what do you say? Well, not like you have a choice, though, because the sedative in those lollipops should be kicking in right about now. I don't take chances after all. Just think about what we can do when we get home. Maybe I can interest you in some heavy metal CDs instead. Broaden your horizons. Oh, the possibilities.